Okay guys, finally we have it, the T700 2025. These are the new guys with drive-by wire, so we've got electronic wire here to control the throttle instead of the classic cables. Unfortunately, we don't have a kit for the older ones just yet. It's something in the progress, but requires a bit more advanced electronics, servos, that kind of thing. General procedure here is going to be to remove your kit, your seat. Then we're going to remove the two side panels and the fuel tank, and the connectors we need are kind of in this area. You don't have to remove the fuel tank, but I'm really going to advise it just because it makes it easier to work in there. Once we get the side panel off, you can see where the electronics are and you'll kind of get the idea of what's going to happen. You don't need to remove the top plastic on the tank, so you can save these two, but we are going to remove these two here to get all the plastics off. For these first ones, you've got 10 millimeter or T30 to get them off. Watch for a lot of these, they have a washer in there, sort of just a thing to protect the plastics. Take those out with it or you're gonna lose them. 1, 2, 3 screws there. And then on the inside, we've got 1, 2, 3 here of the same. With the 3 plastic ones on the inside, you just need to do a quarter turn. So once you install them, they're gonna come, they're like this. You just give them a quarter unturn and then they'll pop out. And then to reinstall, you just insert them in a quarter turn. To remove this panel, just pull away. There is 2 clips and then there's a connector for the turn signal. So make sure you don't let it fly and break that. But on the other side, we can see there's one down here, one up here, and then it all pulls away. See, there's 2 snaps at the top, sorry. So 1 and 2, and then 1 at the bottom. So here is where I will advise keep all of the screws for each panel in its own tin. You don't lose them. For the next lower bit here, you've got 1 more of those plastic guys. Down here, we've got a 4 mil. And then with this guy, you just push in the middle to release. Pull away. With this style of snap, they need resetting. So that's kind of the reset position. When you install them, they'll be flush. And then to get them out, you push in. And then you can pull them out, and then to reset, just push it all back like that. And then we've got these 2 panels to remove. So again, that's a 4 and a 5, I believe. And you can leave this upper one in place. It's not gonna come out. Now for the last part of the tank, you've got these 2 silver guys up front, and then 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I've stripped one out, so I'm gonna have to replace that. If you want to make it easier on yourself, you can remove the rest of this bracket, but it's not necessary. So now we're going to pull the tank back. I'm going to remove the electrical and gas connections, and then I'll show you how they work. So under the tank, on the right-hand side, there's 2 vent lines. Those are pretty easy to pull. 1 electrical connection. The tab, I believe, is on the left side, so you push that way and squeeze down. And then the electrical, the fuel line, has this protector on it. So this red cap needs to come down, and then you can squeeze both sides to squeeze and pull away. You gotta squeeze quite hard. They do make tools. You can get a better grip on that if you want. If you've got some nice pointy fingers, you can get that off too. And then all the electrical connections we want are in this area here. So you could get the tank back and lift it, but we're doing this just for clarity. Okay, so now we're kind of into the heart of the matter. The connector you want is this guy with the 12 pins. So we're gonna undo that. I'm gonna take our harness, and then you just attach the mating connectors. This is gonna sit in series with the bike. And then for the brake connection, you want this guy. It's a 3-pin, but it's only got 2 wires. And the same thing here. This is for the brake indicator. And then lastly, you've got the diagnostic connector. So this needs to go all the way to the back. You can kind of arrange it nicely following the existing pathways and going up to the diagnostic connector. Seems like most of these bikes are coming with a Bluetooth dongle plugged in, so we'll provide a splitter for those as well. Okay, so it took me a little minute there, but we've got this under the brake lines. We're gonna come along here, underneath this bracket here, connect to the diagnostic. Again, we'll have splitters for Bluetooth guys. As for the switch, I think you guys can figure this out pretty easily. So there's a screw on the back. You can take that all the way out. And then this opens up all the way. So we're just gonna mount it on the handlebars and then follow some of the existing wiring. So on this guy, we're gonna stick them right here. And then we'll just follow this back with the existing wiring. And this is going to match into the mating connector of the cruise controller. Now I just need to mount this mess into this kind of area. So we'll probably mount the controller in here like so. I'm actually going to do it the other way. So we'll feed it through all the holes here. Something like that. And then we're going to zip tie it to these brake lines here, as they are hard mounted and nice and firm. Just going to grab some pliers so we can grab this guy. Not really the biggest fan of how Yamaha has just kind of crammed everything in here, but I guess that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we did do a bit of a cut. We've got the tank back on, we've got the connections made, and the reason for that is now we're at the point we can test the kit, so we can turn the bike on, and then we'll see. We've got our yellow light, a little more red here, but that looks like a solid yellow to me. And then if we squeeze the brake, it flashes yellow and red. That's a good sign. If you have solid red, that means you've got a problem with the diagnostics. And if it's flashing constantly, then there's something wrong with the brake wire connection. So now this is all good. We can put our plastics back on and go for a test drive. And that's it. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Give us email, info@veridiancruise.com.